our second series of the day. We got LA Thieves versus Minnesota Røkkr. This time around, we got Chance coming off the cast. Well done. A pretty interesting one to say the least. Now we're going into another great series.
Yeah, I mean, no, a little bit disappointing for LAG, obviously, but I think a lot of events like live and die by the crowd, and the crowd made that incredibly fun the entire time for the series. So I'm very appreciative of that since I had to cast it, and I think they've set themselves up for a great day.
That's right. Well, great to have you on the desk this time around. Get to hear your insight. Allie, Nameless as well. Nameless, let's get into it. We got LA Thieves making a return, but this time around from winners into the elimination bracket. So it's do or die. Same situation for Major 2.
Yeah, same situation for Major 2, right? They got a pretty solid team, I guess, if you look at the last Major that they're going up against. But, you know, as of late, Minnesota has just been pretty terrible. So for LA Thieves, it's like bounce back from the loss to the Atlanta phase. Draza had a tough series. This is a good one where he could take over, have himself a map, and get that confidence back. And like we said, player to watch, it's going to be Draza. I hope he can pop off in this one because they sure do need it.
Draza, Allie, what can we expect from him?
I mean, this is a player that once he's going, he's one of those players that just, it's very difficult to shut him down. He's very cocky as well, right? A very outspoken player, maybe a little bit of an older, scrappy vibes, and he will stand up on the other side of that stage. So I think LA Thieves, this will be a really good confidence match for them right now, going up against the Minnesota Røkkr. I mean, we have to talk about it. They're 0-5 right now when it comes to Major 3 qualifiers. They don't look like they did at the beginning of the season against an LA Thieves team who typically gets better on land, is a championship caliber team across the board, and they need this first W to try and replicate that run that they made in Major 2.
Confidence boost, that's what they need. Yesterday they played against FaZe. They were 3-0'd in a pretty dominant fashion. That was one of the matches I thought to close out the day. I thought it was going game 5. We didn't get anything close to that. Granted, the hard point was close. Search, control, absolutely not at all. So this time around for Minnesota Røkkr, will they be able to put up a decent fight, kind of like FaZe? Then we'll find out. Minnesota Røkkr, though, Chance, they've definitely had their struggles. They're 5-0 coming into the major and already in the Elam bracket.
This is the team that I think the only thing I'd be saying to like my teammates or the coaching staff is like, hey man, it was just online. Like we're back in our environment.
Yeah, all right.
We had so much. Look, they had the success in stage 2. It was on land. These guys come out and get top 4. You had the SMGs that looked incredible. And I'm just saying you need to have that sort of conversation to build confidence because the 0-5 is obviously completely demoralizing.
Yeah, the thing when I look at this team, I'm like, they have to be fundamentally sound in the respawn, strategically on another level in these matches in Search and Destroy, and they haven't been. They were living and dying off the performance of Vance and Afro at the last major, and our player to watch this series is Vance. Like, he was the hero for them the entire time. He's a playmaker. He's a very cerebral player, and he can do it, but it's a tall task. We've never really seen Vance have, like, a season that he was just playing on another level individually, right? So I'm just not sure if he can do it again.
Well, you don't need to be a star-studded player when you're with a star-studded lineup. You just need to basically fill in the role that you have. And I think for Vance, this is the major to do it. I hope so. Look, 0-5, everybody's already counting you out. So that takes the pressure off, okay? At this point, you just come in, you play your game, and maybe do a better job. You know, I'm an attached fan, all right? I always have been. We go way back in the day going to those local lands, so I wish them the best success. I think they'll be okay. But let's dive a little bit deeper. Maps and modes, okay? Let's take a look at our maps. Allie, I'm going to have you hit this first.
I mean, already we're hitting back into a hard point that when these two teams matched up last, that was the opening hard point in that series. LA Thieves take it 250 to 205. So, I mean, they were able to keep it close, but it's the same first opening matches. LA Thieves win that 6-3 at S&D Hotel. That's going to be our map number 2, and Hotel Control once again. LA Thieves won that in a 3-1 fashion. I think for Minnesota, maps don't really even matter at this point. It's just one of those things where, like, they're last in every category right now in Search and Destroy.
Right.
All of their KDs are under a 1-0 overall. Like, they just had a seriously bad stage, and I'm just hoping maybe it was just online, maybe it was just a bad month, and hopefully they can get back to the way they were at Major 2.
Hope so, and it was also to the point you're watching them and they would win a round and it looked like they were just relieved to finally get a W. But you know what? Like I said, you got nothing to lose. Let's get into our predictions where we have everything to lose. This time around, I'm going LA Thieves. I went with them yesterday. I'm confident they're going to get this one and cruise their way through Elam bracket. Chance, what about you?
At no surprise here, picking LA Thieves.
There you go. Allie?
Yeah, no surprise here. They're LA Thieves. You know, I don't want to be all negative on Minnesota Røkkr, but the numbers speak for themselves.
Okay, Nameless.
I mean, Minnesota Røkkr have been terrible. This might be a 30-minute series. I just have to be honest. I think LA can take it pretty easy.
Nameless, always honest as always. You love to see that. Hey, Maven, let's get this series going.
Hello, everybody. How we doing? I wore my sexy shirt, if you can't tell. We've got an amazing match ahead of us. We've got Thieves. We've got Røkkr. Let's get right into it. First team we're going to take a look at, Minnesota Røkkr.
do I know?
Minnesota Røkkr take the stage. We've got Vance, Afro, Attach, and Cammy.
They've been telling us a story all season with their intros, and no better storyline than the one of being the team on the back end 0-5 during Major 3 qualifiers to come out here swinging against the LA Thieves. The Minnesota Røkkr, we've seen them do it once. Let's see if they can do it again. Let's bring out the other team, Clint.
Well, Thieves looking to bounce back from getting absolutely bopped yesterday. It was a fast 3-0. They're looking to rebound here on land. Let's take a look at the Los Angeles Thieves.
So what's the plan? Same crew, but this time, we take everything.
Looking to take care of the entire squad, and he's done it. Well, this is a big moment. LaRue is cooking. He comes out of the breakfast. I think he did. You can see the arrow. Here it comes. Oh, by the second. Hugh runs into trouble. Oh, my God. Kenny on the flank. Kenny on the bike. Kenny!
And let's meet your Los Angeles Thieves. Envoy, Kenny, Draza, and Octane.
Name a better duo. These guys faced off against the Minnesota Røkkr exactly 6 days ago. On these same 3 maps, they hit them with a hot 3-0. They're looking to start their losers bracket run with the same win. Let's start this match.
Here we go. It's time to get it started. A big battle here on the main stage. Let's get it back to the casters. Over to Tunney and Bryce.
All right, thank you very much, David. Yes, we are ready for this game, and realistically, coming into this one, it is not a pretty picture for either team.
It's really not. Look, for the side of Thieves, you lose to a really good face side, but you do get smoked. Clinton is right, they got bombed. But for the Minnesota Røkkr, it has been that way the entire stage. Everybody has been smoking them after what was a pretty good performance in Boston, but they haven't won a game since we were in Boston, somehow, some way. When you look at this roster, you would expect them to be able to bring something different when it does come down to LAN, and that has to be their only hope.
Yeah, it's kind of a confusing one, realistically.
Yeah,
obviously, Thieves yesterday kind of got destroyed by FaZe. But coming into this tournament, they were one of the favorites. They have looked pretty good. Was that just a blip on the radar? For ROKKR, the numbers alone do not talk well. They are now on a 7-game losing streak. The team that took them out of Major 2 is sitting across from them on the stage. It's one of the worst performances we've seen in recent CDL history, but Thieves on the other side of it are looking for revenge today. They want to make a statement. Yesterday was embarrassing for them. Today is redemption.
I mean, they've lost 6 maps in a row against them. I mean, it does tell the story. It's a really hard one to sell, to say that Minnesota Røkkr could get anything going here, but one thing could be said is that they look significantly better on LAN last time around in Boston until they didn't against the LA Thieves. But speaking of Thieves yesterday, okay, look, it wasn't a great performance. Map number 1 was pretty close, though. Then we heard from backstage that, things were maybe a little choked mentally, I want to say. The team were a little bit of a bad place, Kenny controller issues, etc., etc., etc. But those last 2 maps were really not good. I know you're good against FaZe, but you expect a lot more out of the LA Thieves. But looking at the stats overall, looking great in hardpoint, fantastic in control. S&D has been an issue, but overall, very solid all round.
Yeah, I mean, just take what the Dash said, for instance. I mean, Nameless kind of said he thinks it's going to be a 30-minute series. Going forward, I don't know. The truth here for both teams is obviously for Thieves, this will be a devastating defeat, right? They were one of the favorites coming in. After that performance yesterday against Atlanta FaZe, I have to take it with a pinch of salt, simply because it's Atlanta FaZe. And they are really, really good here at the moment. But LA Thieves, in my mind, are a better team than what we have seen so far at the major. The hardpoint was close, the S&D was FaZe, the control shouldn't have gone the way it did.
And on the other hand, you would say that Minnesota Røkkr are a significantly better team than what the results are showing. But of course, you know, the facts speak for themselves. This is the last time that these guys did play up against each other on the online stage. Envoy dropped a 2.52 in the hardpoint and 2 in the Surge as well in week 3 of the online stage, a 3-0. But look at that, hardpoint relatively close. Search and destroy, 6-3, comfortable, you would say. Control, nice and easy for Thieves. It's not a game they look back at and think stressful by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not an easy game, although it is 3-0.
It's weird, I'm trying to sit here and give you all the context for it, but realistically, ROKKR are in a dark place, and a lot of people have been asking what happens after this tournament if this goes the way we think it's going to go. It's possibly the worst draw from them from that winners bracket down in the losers, but hey, they put themselves in this position, 0-5 in the qualifiers. The benefit is, as it always is in Call of Duty, is that when we come to a major, all past sins are forgiven. You can find glory here on the day, you can take a win, and both teams want it. Both teams need it. Let's find out who has it in them. We go on a Hydro hardpoint.
And I mean, those stats kind of tell the story. We do have a drop, unfortunately. We'll be loading back into the game. Sorry to everybody in the venue and at home, but a 1-5 record for Minnesota, 5-3 from Thieves. And one thing I want to speak about specifically on this one, we talk about Thieves and how well they play hardpoint in general. Their breaking is really, though, where they find a lot of their success. But when it comes down to Hydro, we know how influential rotations are and how hard breaks are to find. The worst team in the world at rotating on this map is the LA Thieves. So if you are Minnesota on this map specifically, you want to maybe making sure you find those early rotations and try and keep it tight. That's what you have to do. But still, for Thieves, the breaking percentages are there. They're very well up there as well, sitting at 3rd overall in the CDL.
So now, these two teams, they go head-to-head, though. We'll have an awful lot to contend with. They have played each other before. Bearing in mind, this was losers' finals last major. Thieves took that. And see if there is a revenge, though. This is the matchup we're going to highlight for you. Cammy versus Draza. Cammy actually having a little bit of a better stage, but ROKKR having a much worse one.
Yeah, and I think a big catalyst for when they were playing well in Boston was the SMG duo of Bance and Afro, whereas Cammy has now stepped things up just a little bit. Is that because Bance and Afro have fallen off a little bit from the competition that they had been showing up, whereas Cammy really stepped things up to a decent level? That's some good stats. It's what you kind of want to see from those AR players in these two teams, of course. Relatively average hill time. Decent numbers being put up. But I will say one thing, Draza did not have a good series yesterday. I think he dropped 28 kills across all 3 maps. He will want to answer back here as quickly as he can.
This map feels a bit weird. It's weird. The entire setup for this is weird. ROKKR,
I mean, this
great just a month ago.
As you said, this was a losers final. This could be a huge game. But we're finding ourselves here in losers round 1.
So for many of you watching at home, this game is about to get underway. And I'm wondering what the community is thinking. Our desk are all saying ROKKR don't have a hope. But I choose to believe in magic. I choose to believe in the fairy tale that this will be a competitive game at the very least. Elimination is on the cards here at Major 3. Top 12, it's what beckons one team into the abyss. But only one will fall and another will rise. It is time for Minnesota Røkkr and the LA Thieves to go to work on Hydro hardpoint.
I just hope it's better than our last series. To be honest with you, it was pretty much just smoking from FaZe. Thieves were involved. Are they going to be involved on the other side of things? It will be Atlanta FaZe who beat Thieves, of course, but Thieves are the ones starting on the better side, heading into P2. Octane will be looking to lock down that dome as much as he can. Minnesota Røkkr, you need to find a route through. Try and find a break somehow.
Cammy finding 2 at the same time. You can already see the positioning for both of these 2 teams on the mini-map. It is about a little bit of a fight here at P1, but also the fight going through as Afro finds 2 from the water. And ROKKR have found the flip.
Yeah, there's the flip. Good start. Minnesota Røkkr now going to soak up some time, push them back towards Tim as best as you can. Afro on the point is something that's very difficult to deal with for any teams in the CDL. But for your LA Thieves here, you've got to be looking to try and find that break back. Draza already in the middle of the map. He's going to be wanting to concentrate on. Afro soaking up some time. They will get taken down. Draza does find a kill on the flip here. Does that actually spawn the side of ROKKR out? No, still here, but it is going to be a split. Kills are needed.
Vance trying to play his life here as well. LA Thieves, though, pushing the tempo. They've already got players in the dome and moving through into P2. It's going to be a fight. The trades will matter around this P2. Both teams waiting for it to kick off as well. Draza does find the first here. ROKKR are hedging their bets.
And they're waiting for the rest of the team to try and find a way through, but they haven't been able to do so. So the boys at the back are going to have to get the job done. Kenny is there to find one. Here comes the flank. Vance will get shut down. And it's the kills on transition as the hill is just popping to P2. That hurts ROKKR so much there. They go for another look. Afro trying to swim his way out of trouble. The shots in from Itachi, not going to find anything here. 30 seconds to go on P2. Looking like it's all going to go over towards the side of Thieves.
Yeah, there's nothing much here for ROKKR after that. It didn't work out for them, and Thieves will quite happily just get this one done. The rotation to P3 is what's the matter. Already you can see ROKKR putting a little bit more pressure on the map. They do not want to allow Thieves an easy progression over to that next hill.
Have to be careful of the spawns towards the back when they do find those kills. That should be a spawn towards the back of P2 for the Thieves player. It is. Envoy now going on a swim to try and find a break, but it's a really nice break from Thieves. Of course, they found the kills on the transition over towards P2, pick up nearly every single second, and Envoy putting the pressure on over towards P3. Thieves in a good spot to find the break.
They are just bullying their way through it as well. Cammy managed to take down Envoy before he can do any more damage. But Minnesota Røkkr, they got the spawn, and now they are being forced back into it. They have to find a way into this hill that they rotated for. Attach and Vance will combine eventually. LA Thieves will have to start again.
Good hold. On the side of Minnesota, no spawns towards the back, nothing getting too freaky back there at all. Good stuff from Minnesota, nice hold so far to get themselves back into the game. Kenny will find two though over towards the backside. The pitch starting to come through, Vance will deal with him. It's looking like the scrap time probably going to go over towards the side of ROKKR, and Octane has got something to say about that, make it 3, not quite. Cammy and Afro walking away weak, but walking away with the scrap time. Importantly, rotation there for the side of Thieves. They struggle with this typically, but they're here now over towards P4.
And while Thieves won't be that far ahead, this rotation will matter. You can already see the players from ROKKR trying to find their way forward, hoping to get a gap in the defense. I think it's going to be Afro, who maybe their key player, already finds the first here. They're now looking for him. He's trying to stay alive. He's just aquatic. He's underground. They're fighting. They're fishing. They're not going to get it entirely. Afro will get one, but it's still not going to be enough. Minnesota Røkkr are not making the kills on the minimap that they need.
They haven't been able to get over in time, but now the kills start to flow through. For the side of Thieves, they will still continue to spawn at the back. Vance could be the important one, but he gets taken down. It's going to be coming through the front door alongside of Attach. The kills are traded, but wakes up for Thieves, who are spawning here. Kenny momentarily left all alone, but the rest of the team, the reinforcements, are very much en route. 25 seconds left to go. And it really has been. As soon as a team has got a hold of a hill for the most part, they have locked in nearly every single second, but it's a late break coming in from ROKKR. Rotation, not too bad for them either. Big gunfight win by Cammy, though, as we head over towards the next hill.
And now this is where it gets a little bit tense. Cammy knows they're coming for him as well, holds it.
Good hold.
Managed to find that first kill as well. He knows more players are pouring their way towards his position. Cammy versus Kenny, and Cammy will find another. We've been talking about Cammy in this last stage playing better, but ROKKR not finding the results. Can this happen for them on land?
Oh, and Afro could win that. Cuts off the transition through mid-map, but now with the position that Cammy has brought up, he will be locking down that backside. The spawns are probably going to come in towards the back now, though, as he does go down. Thieves starting to force the issue through the front of the map here. Can they find a breakthrough? Vance and Attach, though, locking it down. It's only Octane towards the back. It's a 4-man wipe for ROKKR. They're going to take the lead for the first time.
And ROKKR finally finding form in this game. There's still pressure coming through. A split, a pinch here for LA Thieves. Vance has to shoot every single direction. It's no good. Thieves will take this one back away from them. For ROKKR, it's back to P1 and P2, hoping to lock it down.
Big kill coming in from Attach. Kenny was looking for the flip over towards P2, trying to get some dome control for the side of Thieves. ROKKR will keep a hold of that. Vance setting up with the AL now just to kick things off over towards this hill. You need to lock down this left-hand side of the map. Prime objective for the side of ROKKR. But don't let too much time go over towards Thieves, who have plenty of time to try and break this down. Draza on the beach will get dealt with. Vance first kill on the board as we head into the second rotation.
And this for Thieves, they do want to contest P1. They are looking to get into P2 as well. You can see on the mini-map here, they're going to wait on their teammates to get it. The rest of the team are looking for P2 as well. Vance already deflects once. There's another player going to be in ruins looking for him. Octane versus Vance, but that is a huge amount of kills going through for Thieves. Attach is now under pressure from every direction. Falling by dome as ROKKR will spawn out. That lead they have is fleeting.
And as soon as Octane finds that kill towards the back, it just spells trouble for the side of ROKKR. And they left Vance all alone there, and the rest of them die in P1 at the same time. It's worst case, worst scenario. For the side of Minnesota Røkkr, you can already see Afro trying to Find a route through with 13 seconds left to go. Thieves trying to keep ROKKR back over towards the tin side. But keep an eye on Afro. Kill starting to come in through the mid-map for ROKKR as well.
Now, at the moment, LA Thieves are figuring out their spawns, and if
Spawn
anybody
out,
has
there you
gone
go.
towards the back, that's exactly what they now know. Afro is behind. The rest of ROKKR need to find some kills to help him out. He cannot do this by himself. He finds the first, though, will eventually fall to Draza. ROKKR have got bodies here as well, but Thieves will have the spawn.
Still here now, if you're ROKKR, you've got to be aware which way are they coming from. That's the information gained as Draza starts firing shots up on the back of the spawn. Attach will take a couple as well. But still, it was ROKKR in control of the point. Envoy finds a way through. Now Attach is going to commit as the spawns towards the back now for ROKKR. This one's a little bit messy, but it's looking like Minnesota coming out on top. 30 seconds left to go here at P2. It's good time on the board.
And they've got a few kills here for Thieves. They're going for this one again. They are not laying down and taking it. Kenny flying in against it. He has to find the player out towards the back. He's getting time himself. Nades coming through at the same time. They will eventually challenge him, but nothing's happening as Thieves are here in numbers. Eventually, ROKKR put bodies in the point, but it has been earned in blood, and Draza ends up getting in as well. This game is still incredibly tight as we head towards P3.
And the reason that Thieves do that, they start to challenge because they know ROKKR is still going to spawn at the back. They send one player over towards P3, they lock down those spawns, and they keep ROKKR where they are. That's a really good sign now for the side of Thieves to disrupt what ROKKR were doing. And now ROKKR are going to run the gauntlet through the middle of the map. It's a good stop from Afro. He will find one. Here comes the push from ROKKR. The game is pretty much even. A good contest so far. ROKKR now going to try and find a break over towards P3.
Well, the pressure is all on Thieves. Let's see how they handle it for the listening to the LA Thieves.
Top right. Watch out, top right. Pipes. Pipes. Top right.
Hey, I can't tell.
Top right laying on the plat. Top right laying on the plat.
Here.
Afro. Don't get me caught. Huge time here. Huge time here.
Top
Afro. I spotted
There's two.
Afro. Back door.
Plat. He's still plat. Top plat. Jump down.
Pull
Pull the time.
All right.
That's good time.
Maybe low door. Maybe. Came. All right, they're fine, dude.
I'm going right. Hold
Take our
on.
time, bro. Do something together.
I'm going to go top
I'll
right.
put through front. I don't see
I'm going to go top
anything. I don't see anything front right now. I think they're playing back. Not the top ruins either that I see. We're gonna be hiding like bridge head. Yeah, you look clear. Yeah, it was low dome. Low dome left corner. P2. I cut mid, bro. One is in P2. I hit him on time. I'm trying to get angles on this count time. I don't think I got right. Nice. I'll see you. One was P2, boys.
Got it. Short.
He's already through. Close right. I cannot try to. Watch out. Spawn the back. Let me run me. Trying to play this guy P2.
I'm Let's watch up and
Jump down my head and low left. Short absolute.
Give me got
I got one short. One's on
outer. Hey, player
kills. I think.
Yeah, player kills.
I'm staying.
Yo, what's this one on?
Yeah, under me. Get scout time. Yeah, lay down front. P2. They should be spawning out. They can go P1 right now, can they? Thomas P1.
That might be
both. I got Tom. I'll play near.
Yeah, I'm gonna go gas.
Backup gas, yeah. I'm
top. Hey,
I'm living down. Oh, I'm harsh on that shit.
What could be low right?
I have low right.
I'm top right now.
I'm holding low right only, bro.
I'm all bed box.
I can get Tom.
Well, the comms from Thieves keep them in the game. This has been unbelievable back and forth from these two. I really don't know which way it's going to go towards the end, Ton.
And really good work there from the side of Thieves. They managed to hold on to the spawns when they need to. And then as soon as they spawn out, they try to transition away from them to spawn ROKKR out, which is why we've already seen pretty much 15 seconds uncontested. But the breaks from ROKKR have been so good. Attach and Afro having a game so far. It's a four-man wipe, so he draws it towards the back. You can find one. And he will keep the pressure in the spawns here from Thieves. ROKKR now about to break 200. 30 seconds left to go here over towards P5.
Kenny got a perfect spawn out as well, and it's going to cost Attach his life. The pitch is coming through. They're trying to hold it down. Bance and Tammy in the hill are currently holding on to Thieves. Only Draza going to be left. He's wondering where his teammates went. There's a big dive into the water, but ROKKR holds. But it is not the end of this hill that matters. It is P1, it is P2, as it so often is on Hydro, and Thieves are here first.
Stun in the water to check for Afro. He's on a force spree. Now, what would a cruise missile do towards the end of this game? He's not far away. Looking for a kill to help his team on this transition over towards P1. Oh, you sneaky little fish, Afro. Can he find the kill? Yes, he can. There's number 5. The rest of ROKKR now on the way. We're in limbo just a little bit. As you can see, Cammy looking for the rotation over towards P2. The rest of ROKKR are there as well. Big fights going on this rotation over towards P2, which are going to be won by Thieves. They break 235 left to go on P1, and they're looking at P2 to be theirs as well.
You can still see the fights going down. ROKKR have been rebuffed from P2. They now need to get the time on the P1. They can no longer win it on P1.
This will come down to P2 at the very least. Afro trying to find his way forward, but it has been read by Thieves as they fill the kill feed. The spawns have gone towards the back. Cammy is here. They are into P2, but just the rest of ROKKR are spawning up where they need to. They have got a little bit chaotic. And now Thieves and ROKKR are poised. They are ready for this battle to the end.
Oh, they get them both at the back as well. They overcommit for it. Here come the rest of ROKKR on the transition. It's 3 dead for the side of Thieves. ROKKR find a way, somehow, someway. The COD gods on their side. And now, can they lock down Dome? Can they lock down P2 and find a win in map number 1?
Here come the Thieves, attached to the back, trying to hold it down. Octane's already found him. Back to the front. Draza's going to be there as well. Octane for reinforcing. Draza finds another. Back waiting for Octane. He slides through. Kenny and Envoy. They've got the kills. They've got the spawn out. They can win it onto this one. ROKKR had everything in their hand, but it slipped.
Afro needs to try and find something here, as do the rest of ROKKR. It is slowly but surely slipping out of their hands. Kenny will find the kills in the mid-map of ROKKR. You really have to go now.
And only one hope remains. And down he falls. Cammy has gone. ROKKR are not there. Thieves have broken them once again. And the loss streak for ROKKR continues as Thieves find their first map of the major. And it was hard fought through blood, sweat, tears. But they got going. The P2 break. ROKKR crumbled.
The best breaking team on the game get it done when it matters. It was a close game number 1 against FaZe yesterday. Lightning has not struck twice. LA Thieves will find a map number 1 against the Minnesota Røkkr, and it was a tight one at that as well. And ROKKR, they found a little bit of luck with the spawns towards the back. They get the transition, they find those kills as Thieves are trying to find a flank all the way back over towards those back spawns. As we will have another look in just a second to how that game ended. But you gotta lock it down if you're ROKKR. There was a couple of big opportunities for them to do so. P2 breaks too often for the side of Thieves to find those points.
It certainly was. Well, let's look at our scuff play of the game. It is going to be the ending of this one. The spawns for ROKKR, the wipe for ROKKR.
Perfect.
And Thieves are spawning out. They had to hold them. They lost a little bit of time not getting in the hill straight away, and then they just started losing kills. Only attached Fallon's one towards the back here. The rest of the players basically find nothing.
That's got to be tough, right? Vance is just sitting in the hill, just needs his teammates to find something in there. Because with Afro hitting that mid-cut, can't help towards the back. Attach is left to do anything. And then at this stage, it is running the gauntlet if you're ROKKR. You're in such a difficult spot, but the thing is, you can't take your time. You can't set it, you can't just choke it up and go to P3. You have to challenge, you have to try something. And Kenny just holds down the mid-map so well. Because he knows they're going to be floundering, right? They have to be there quickly. He's just picking them up as they find their way around. And Kenny finds 5 to close out the game for the side of the LA Thieves. And what a game number 1 it was. The next 2 maps, or 3, 4, 5, whatever, can be as good as that. We're in for a series, but it will be a map 1 win for the side of LA Thieves. Big clutch-up moment towards the end.
Yeah, and that final hold is going to haunt ROKKR if they found a little bit better trades, if they had kept it chaotic, if they had made everybody go back to respawn a couple more times, they would have had the win here in map number 1. But when ROKKR can't hold, Thieves show them how it's done.
And Thieves, you know, we spoke about it at the top of the game in terms of rotation. Not very good. We've seen them be broken a couple of times themselves, but even when they didn't have those rotations, breaking on this map is so difficult, and yet Thieves still find a way to do so. It is how they typically do play hardpoint. It works out for them on the map where it is hardest to break hills as well. Just got that special formula when they need it on occasion there. Brycian came to town. In that occasion, LA Thieves 1-0 to the good. And for ROKKR, hardpoint is typically their strongest mode. S&D control has been looking pretty slow. And for Thieves to take map number 1, that is a dagger to the side of the Minnesota Røkkr.
It is very, very close, pretty much across the statistics. The outslayed wasn't huge. Octane, obviously the star performer, a 1.4 for him, but that game balanced both ways so many times. It was tight the entire time. And just one spawn out, just one perfect break from the Thieves makes a difference.
Something we've come to expect from this side when it does come down to hardpoint, but let's have a look and how things are going to break down over the rest of this series. We may well be having a 3-night stay in hotel. It probably will be 2 based on how ROKKR are being playing, but can they show us something different when it does come down to search and destroy and control? Map number 1 was close. Maps 2 and 3 will be difficult for the team on the left-hand side of the stage in purple. It's a tough ask, isn't it? We were talking. Well, I was tweeting about it before the match. It's the fact that they're in the losers bracket and they get to play the loser of Thieves against FaZe. I mean, it's not a nice position to be in the bracket whatsoever. But they're a team, if you look at them on paper, the caliber of players that we have on this roster for the Minnesota Røkkr should be doing better than this.
The key thing here for me now is for Thieves. We figured they may be the better team in hardpoint. But for ROKKR, after the history they've had, after the losing streak, they have had a 10-game losing streak on S&D. They needed that hardpoint win just for the mental gain. They didn't get it. And while we talk about FaZe on a winning record, ROKKR have taken the other side of the coin. Like something out of Space Jam, all the powers have gone into a basketball and been transferred over to the little monsters.
And if they lose this, it's an all-time CDL record. 11 spree of losses in Search and Destroy. Can they do something here? Well, it's a first blood for Afro. He can be influential for this squad. Typically does put up good numbers when it does come down to Hotel. Has struggled against Thieves. Not struggling here, though. Some decent control for the defensive side. But the bomb's going to the other side. But Kami says, yeah, well, no problem. I'm in kitchen, I'm cooking, and there's 2.
And Thieves thought they got away with it. They're like, all right, we'll take B control then completely. Kami finds 2 against them. And Octane, after a donut yesterday, we're looking to do much better here today, but ROKKR get their first round in the S&D.
And Afro putting the pressure on over towards that A side is crucial, but Kami finding 2 in kitchen, very, very important. And Afro is something I wanted to talk about, and I mentioned it there. Typically on this map, he drops big, big numbers. 1.38 on average in Search and Destroy on Hotel for the man that is Afro. Up against Thieves, though, he's struggling to even push a 0.9. He has very much not been able to bring that form. He typically does so when he's going up against the boys here from LA.
And now it has switched. It will be ROKKR on the attack this time around. Buoyed by their first round win in this S&D. They'll be looking to get it to 2-0. The Thieves are already set up. They are waiting for this push. Octane going to find it. Afro evaporated. Didn't even really see him die.
Absolutely incinerated him. Shout out the headshot multiplier. Bomb going down here for the side of Minnesota Røkkr. Can they back down? Can they get out? Looking that way, so it's going to have to be a retake for Thieves. Bant's in a dangerous position. Is he going to be able to get away? The answer is no. 4v2.
The attach was able to get it as well, and now just Kami left alive. A 1 versus 4 bomb down. But surely there's no way through for him. He's going to find Kenny. Finds the first, still alive somehow. Second play comes to Chad. Kami gets it as well. Oh, and Envoy is there. They do not make the mistake. They do not allow him to get out of it. And LA Thieves will get that one on the board. There was a glimmer of potential in the air.
He gets out of reception. Now you're talking of something that's very, very doable in a 1 versus 4 for Kami. When you're playing around the bomb like that, you just need to play time. You don't need to white ball 4 of them out. Finds 2. If he can get away in that situation, it is more than achievable. Good job from Thieves to eventually clean up what got a little bit messy. Works out, though, for the side of ROKKR to get the bomb down, but the number's not quite there. Bants with a lack of, I want to say, support to get him out of that position, and Thieves well-positioned themselves to deal with him. Now, what's the play from here from ROKKR? Well, my goodness, look at this aggression.
Boy, having to get out of it. Kenny, though, with the first blood. Afro will get that back to a 3 versus 3. Envoy again just destroys Afro. And now ROKKR with the numerical disadvantage, trying to figure out how to play it. Draza already in a great position himself.
Got to hear him, right? If you're the side of Bants, Draza backing down, so the information will be gained here for the side of Minnesota Røkkr. You got to hunt him out because Draza now holding the flank down. Attach is being tagged up as well. Big gunfight going over towards the other side. It will be Draza to find it. And now 1 versus 3 for Attach.
Yeah, Attach is not close to that bomb side either. That's going to start taking his options away. Not only does he have to check every single corner, they have to give him the defuse as well. He's not even going to win the gunfight. It's not even a conversation. LA Thieves 2-1.
Nicely done from Thieves. They soak up the pressure that ROKKR bring in. It was a 4-man hit over towards the middle of the map. Couldn't find what they wanted, then you get kind of stuck, don't you? You've made that conviction play into the mid-map. You made the bold play. It doesn't work out. You get stuck. You don't find the kills. Thieves pick them apart. 2-1 to the good now for the side of the LA Thieves. ROKKR need to bring something different here. We have seen a couple of close rounds. The last two, well, maybe haven't necessarily been too good for the side of Minnesota.
Well, they get another chance. Let's see what they do onto this one. Looking like a similar break for them. Already going through it as well. Octane ready with a sniper. Oh! That player just got their shoulder whisked by. Octane looking for another one. Again, same plan by ROKKR. Get this bomb down. Look for something more. 4v4 still on the cards.
Thieves yet to find any information. ROKKR have got a couple of players in some good positions, but nobody currently watching the mid-map. Here comes the break now for the side of Thieves. Can they manage to find the first kill and then a few more?
They've already known where Bance is going to be. They fly out the challenge as well, but nothing is going their way. The setup from ROKKR just cuts them to bits. They threw a trap down and Thieves ran straight into it. Positioned all around the bomb site. 2-2 now for them. Actually a really clean round from ROKKR.
Oh, super clean. As soon as they get that control of the site, the bomb goes down, you push Bance forward, and he's in that position he wants to get in that very first round where we've seen ROKKR get themselves into that position. They had the bomb down. He wants to push forward. It's very similar to when we play control, of course. All you guys are ranked player, you'll be hearing us talk about bedroom control. Same applies towards that A bomb site. If that bomb is down, you're the attacking team. Get somebody in there, you can play your life so well. Two-piece, good search and destroy so far. Clean rounds for both two teams, it has to be said.
Attached with the sniper this time around. No information, no views, just been tagged up and trying to stay alive. Driver will find the first blood. Afro gets it back on the Kenny. A 3v3. The players are all stacked around the site. And Octane's going to take a hit mark and Draza finds a kill as well. Nothing going for ROKKR. Bance will get it back to 2 versus 2, but runs into Envoy. Attached now looking for him as well. It's chaos in the bedroom. But LA Thieves are on top.
Attached now, what can he get done? Nothing there, the chaotic bedroom play. And now looking up from the side of ROKKR. Crowd, you dirty people, that's disgusting. It's not what he meant.
Well, this all went down to it, and this may have been the part of it.
Oh, that's tough.
Oh, it's just clipped. It's just clipped the railing, that's unbelievable. Horrifying for ROKKR. If Octane had been taken out there, it could have been different, but Thieves keep moving forward. That's another round for them.
It's close, though. Very, very close so far. I would say that's felt like the round that could have went either way. The other ones have really been one-sided on either side of the coin. Now for ROKKR, it's a bit of a curveball. You're throwing something different out here. Thieves, are you ready for it? Oh, that grenade's going to start tag out for a big time. Yeah, big play from Envoy to allow those first couple of bullets. It always feels like ROKKR are on the back foot. It's 4 first bloods to 2 so far for Thieves. They're making them count.
And for ROKKR, it's a readjust. Thieves now hold the cards in this round. Benjamin Bance taking some interesting angles, just waiting to see if a mistake is made, but Thieves still holding.
Good
We'll get it. It will actually be Cammy that manages to get that kill away from him. Down to a 3 versus 3. A little bit of breathing room.
The transition from ROKKR is already happening. Draza, you need to stay alive if you can. The fact that he can stay alive gives the information over towards the side of ROKKR, who've managed to get aggressive themselves. Bance has just ran at him, bombed him down. And Boy will find one towards the back. It's now a 2 versus 2. Make that a 1 versus 2.
And they have to wait for Benjamin Bance. Can he bring this tide back here as well, but caught with the knife out. They figured it out themselves. They read him. And that'll be a defuse, and LA Thieves will get their 4th round in this S&D.
And that felt like a winnable one for the side of ROKKR, going down at the wrong times. And Bance gets caught out. The Deddy had already been popped. He was lingering around bedroom. Knife in hand, cannot get that transition quick enough. And as mentioned, 4 bloods to 2 for the side of the LA Thieves. 4 rounds to 2 for the side of the LA Thieves. Those first bloods have been very, very influential so far.
And for LA Thieves, they're feeling good about it. Obviously, if you cast your mind back to yesterday, the S&D did not go well for them. Today, already much better. ROKKR be looking to bring this back now because 4-3 and 5-2 are a much different scoreline, but the first blood will go towards them. The
Draza
through!
Oh my God!
Finds the third! ROKKR were hoping for a miracle, but they found a Draza instead, and Cammy outnumbered. Is he outgunned? He is! It's 5-2 now for Thieves.
And again, ROKKR try the strat. It's a 4-man into mid, and Thieves read it perfectly. You see 2 stuns come out of reception over towards the cut next to carpets, and all of a sudden, it is aimed down sight for the side of Thieves. Fish in a barrel if you're ROKKR. Draza will find 3. The second one is what made it. The third is just pretty much presumptuous that it's going to follow. ROKKR just caught in a horrible, horrible spot, and that has not worked in the 2 rounds that ROKKR have tried it. I doubt we see it again. I mean, the way that ROKKR, things have been going, I doubt we see you again this major if things continue this way. Thieves in the ascendancy now, 1 round away.
Envoy 8 and 2 on a 5 streak. Could find a cruise this one if it goes to another round. Gonna try and chow this one already. Gets a lot of bullets down, but he is going to be weak. He is going to get away as well. But ROKKR have left control of that bomb site. They have so much work to do if they want to get this bomb down in the next minute.
And Thieves know they have the control over towards A here, so they know what ROKKR have to do. If you're Envoy, you've got a tall task on your hands. Can find one. We'll find the stone. Will get out as well. Here come the reinforcements. Cammy will find one on transition. It's 3 versus 3.
Thieves stacking the point here now as well. Envoy again, the double tower coming in from ROKKR, and he's only going to find one. It goes back down towards him. Kenny will get that now. And Afro, the last player for ROKKR, has to clutch up to keep them in this S&D, or they will set a new CDL record for the longest losing streak.
22 seconds to go. Can he find the 1 versus 2? Here they come. Octane on his way. And that's another map for the side of Thieves. Putting the rest of the demons of yesterday to 6-2 victory against ROKKR is convincing as you like. The first ones make their difference, and the woes for ROKKR continue. Record breakers, but not in the good way.
And in the last few matchups, actually, just in the last month alone, LA Thieves and ROKKR, it is 8-0. Could be 9-0, could be a 3-0 in just terms of actual games played. We do have more of this series to go, but it is not easy to be a ROKKR fan right now. A little bit easier to be a Thieves fan.
And for Thieves, this is the perfect game for them. You know, you come off a really, really hard loss against FaZe. You come in against the least informed team, the team who are looking like the worst in the CDL right now, which is crazy to say when you look at this ROKKR roster, but they are not getting things done at this moment in time. Things are not flowing correctly, whereas the LA Thieves are coming back with a vengeance. They want to make sure they put to bed what happened yesterday, a 2-0 lead. They've got to be feeling good about their chances of advancing through to losers round 2. Yeah.
They certainly do. Everything stacked in their favor. For ROKKR, is there redemption, a return, a reverse sweep, a regain? Is there anything? We'll have to find out in map number 3. Join us right after this for more Call of Duty League. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. We are live here in beautiful Texas at the Optic Major inside the Esports Stadium Arlington. There is a boat, there is Optic Fest, there is beef jerky, there are multiple stages for watch parties, there are your favorite players, we've got great fans, we've got great talent, and we've got great stories, because there is always a potential, there is always a chance for an underdog. And right now, that dog is ROKKR. They need prayers, thoughts, and fairy dust. They are down 2-0 against LA Thieves. But Thieves yesterday, hotel control did not go well for them.
It didn't, it really didn't. 3-0 for the side of Atlanta FaZe. It was a dominant performance. And for ROKKR, you're clutching at straws here. How can we suddenly get back into this game? That may well be your route. Thieves did not look good yesterday. Can ROKKR count on that being the case here again to try and get them back into the series? You look at the caliber of player that is there again. Things are not clicking right now. They have experience, they have talent in there. If it does click, we've seen what can happen. We've seen what happened in Boston. But when they ran into Thieves there is where their event stopped. And that may well be the case here again. The record looks pretty good for the side of the LA Thieves. They beat the side of ROKKR last time around when these two teams played this map as well. It's a 3-1 victory. If you're looking for something along the similar lines, the defensive win percentage is something to keep an eye out for, for the side of Thieves, sorry. Yeah, well, and them as well. Yeah, they're pretty good as well.
All right. Well, let's find out. Is it the last map of the major for Minnesota? Or the beginning of something beautiful? We will see. LA Thieves looking just to put this one to bed. Attack coming into B straight off the rip. Unusual break for them. Bance will find the first blood onto it. Afro's going forward as well, and Guns draws her out of his socks. And they're already on a B.
There you go. Couple of stack coming in now. Afro will start pushing the issue towards that side. For the side of ROKKR, you do not have any control over towards bedroom. So the best you can kind of hope for here is a couple of ticks potentially. Kenny will find a way through. Envoy will clean things up. Afro will keep a little bit of pressure on. I almost wouldn't have minded maybe a bit of a drop back from ROKKR towards bedroom to clear that out, but Afro still trying to cause issue, trying to keep that pressure on. Bance is now over here as well as the A stack starting to come through, or is it? ROKKR still having a look at B, yeah.
Now popping forward again, Bance with another turn. And you are right, at this point I think Thieves expecting a little bit more pressure over towards A. Fortunately, Thieves do have Envoy up top bedroom. They're waiting for him as well, they know he's going to be here.
Oh, B's gone.
ROKKR, that second tick is flying in. They are going to actually get this as well. Very, very early on. It's a huge win for ROKKR. LA Thieves now have to do the business today.
Could that put the wind in their sails potentially? ROKKR, just give us a series. Now the push over towards the backside. They can start transitioning over towards A here. But last time around when we've seen Thieves go up against FaZe, they struggled to find a break over towards this side. Can they do the same thing? Can they lock it down as well?
Benjamin Bance is desperate to get Octane out of there as well. Only a few Thieves players waiting around at A, but Afro found the kill. It's all going to be on Kenny. He is the player holding this down for them. This is a very fast round from ROKKR if they can find it. Thieves are stacking. They are getting towards this point, but they are going to have to execute. At the moment, ROKKR are still holding the doors. Kenny finds the first, Envoy gets the second, well, Afro will find one, but down he goes. It's a perfect retake from Thieves.
And for the side of ROKKR, you've got Cammy inside of Jules, so you know where they're coming from. Cammy seems to know where they are now as well. 2 kills for him. Keeps that pressure on for ROKKR. Still a lot of potential for this round to go in their favor. Thieves trying to lock it down as best as they possibly can. Bance with one towards the back. The reinforcements are there for Thieves. But that capture zone going up now for the side of Afro. Snaking in towards the restaurant. Here come Thieves, one more break opportunity.
They're in a good position, they're going to be behind. Tries going to find out Bance will get that one back as well. Bance finds 2 more for them. That's a full wipe. That's going to be the round. It's a stack from ROKKR. The lives 18-6, the tick 6-0. But ROKKR find the offense.
Really, really good round from ROKKR. And what I really liked about it, to be honest with you, was the initial to B was great. We see teams find that. You don't have trophies if you're the defensive side. Things can happen like that. But they kept that pressure on. How often have you seen teams, if you head over towards B, yeah, okay, a little bit of luck, you maybe get 1 or 2 ticks. Let's just go to A. At that time, ROKKR say absolutely not. Find kills mid-map, force the issue, and get a hold of B. Sometimes it can be a formality over towards A. Thieves did slow it down for just a little while, but not long enough. Good start for ROKKR. The comeback is on, maybe?
We will see. I think Thieves are going to have something to say about it. And they're putting the pressure on themselves this time. Kenny gunning the first player around, trying to get into a cover, finds attachment, he's ready. The headshot bangs. And now the pressure is off B ever so slightly, but you can see Thieves are going to do the same thing ROKKR did. Keep that pressure up. Hit on the back foot. Envoy gets stunned, and that's going to cost him as Cammy will turn and burn.
It's a tough one for Envoy. Cammy just presuming there is a player from Thieves this way, and they'll presume that a stack over towards A now is coming. As Restaurant is getting locked down by the side of Thieves. ROKKR will probably have one little look at this. Maybe if they can find the first kill, they may just go for a big push into it. Banta will find one, but look at this flank coming on through. It's going to be Afro to find a push through. Kitchen can't find any more. Envoy with one, Envoy with two. And that should be A going over towards the side of the LA Thieves. That's going to be locked in. A minute added on momentarily. And the pressure on over towards B as well. Keep an eye on attached though, pushing towards that bedroom side. He will be the get out of jail free card for the side of Thieves who are flowing through the mid-map.
And now ROKKR have to hold for 2 full minutes. We've seen this come down to the wire on this point over and over again. It is not a continuous thing. It is one break that matters. And Thieves are stacking for it. They are looking to find the kills in bedroom. They are looking to find the kills on the flank. Envoy finds the first. Octane moving here as well. Kenny finds another. ROKKR are now in trouble. They are spawning out.
And a player dealt with over towards the bedroom side. The stack's starting to come through, but Afro will find two towards the desk, so that will just slow this down as the mid-map pressure now comes in from ROKKR. Afro doing huge work for the side. Can't get it done though. Yeah, Envoy back inside, attached with the grenades, but it's not quite a conviction hold from the side of Thieves that it once was. ROKKR still have a chance to bring this back.
Second tick slowly going through. Attach going for the Chow. He finds the first. Octane will get the trade as well. The second tick now in for Thieves. And they get it. At the moment, they've locked it through. Did that second tick come through? It did not. LA Thieves only Dras are going to be left alive here as ROKKR managed to pull that one out of the fire.
And now Afro inside the bedroom. He was the one that made the flank all the way through the mid-map. And that's where the transition came. He can find a couple of kills from there. It shuts down the push from the side of Thieves. But it is one decent break. And Thieves will be able to get this one underneath their belts. But the kills coming through for ROKKR. They just about slow Thieves down. But still the pressure towards the back spawn. But the pressure for ROKKR in the right places as well. Kenny with a kill towards the back.
Huge kill for Kenny. Cammy posts up as well. Sees him, waits for him. He needs to stay alive here. Gonna find the first one on a Kenny. An easy kill for him as well. ROKKR find it. Only 6 lives left for LA.
And Thieves actually spawned up towards the bedroom side, so maybe Afro pushed over towards the other side of the map just a little bit too much. 5 spree for him is once again going to be the get out of jail free card over towards the bedroom side, but here comes the stun check. It doesn't even hit him. Kenny doesn't know he's there. The rest of the squad on the way. Afro trying to stay alive. Draza will deal with him. Here comes the pressure from Thieves. 20 seconds to go.
They're back onto it as well, and I'll tell you something, ROKKR never actually cleared off this B tick completely. That second one's going to be through. It's a trade both sides as well. There are no lives remaining here for LA, but they might not need him. Afro has to stay alive, and he falls. There's no one around. ROKKR have thrown this one away, and now they will have dreamt that they would have cleaned it earlier on just to give them the time. I told you, it's one push, it's one opportunity. And they get it with nothing left in the bank.
It's got to be one that stings for ROKKR. But they never truly had control of B at any stage, did they? Thieves always had somebody there. Spawn's coming towards bedroom. Afro had a friend over towards the bedroom side. Not too sure who it was, but they go down. And then he's just about surviving. When the stun check that came through from Kenny doesn't hit him, you think he may well be able to survive. They get rid of him. They push the issue. And because of the damage done previously, it's an easy tick gain for Thieves. Both teams getting an attack underneath their belt. Can anyone find a defense? Well, it's a good start for the side of Thieves. 3 kills to their name. The pressure now going to be on for ROKKR. Can you find a way through?
And Envoy is holding this influential player for LA Thieves in these scenarios. And right now, ROKKR
This is slaughter.
are being put into a bottle. It's not quite fortress control, but it could be. They are eventually going to find a few kills going through, and those kills are all in the right position. They're back towards B.
Yeah, it was a spawn into bottom bedroom because Thieves find a push over towards kitchen. You find the kills in bedroom, you get control at B. Thieves fumbling this one just a little bit. Control was all but theirs. And now all of a sudden Octane's the only one really in a good position to do something about this, but you can see Envoy towards the bedroom side. And behind you boys, here's another one following up. Afro's the only one who can answer what Envoy is doing right now. 3 spree for him. They shut him down. It's a solid defense work so far.
Oh, and the Thieves are gunning. ROKKR thought they might have had something, but only 1 tick fell in their favor. Cammy finds 2 more as well. Eventually, ROKKR find their way through, but Envoy isn't done. He's going to chow, he's going to look, he's going to try and find maybe something on the outset here, but this restaurant only serves snakes. Envoy does manage to cook one. But do LA commit any more to this push?
It's typically, if you can find a kill, you maybe make a push. From the outset, looking in for the side of Thieves. Can you find a way through? Afro will be the first one to find a kill onto Octane and then onto Drazah. And now all eyes will start turning over towards B. Kenny in this position will do nothing but slow them down or just die. Cammy will find him. And now the pressure coming in over towards B. There's going to be a big fight going on towards the bedroom side in just a second as Envoy will find a transition, but Afro towards the back will find 3 in a row. Looking for more with Octane. The next on the chopping block, can't find it. ROKKR is still here with some control.
They're flying through this one as well. ROKKR trying to turn this tempo to 11. They don't find the kills where they need though. LA Thieves, second to breathe. Looking for the players in the bedroom. And that's a huge kill for them as well. It's going to take time now for Minnesota to get back in a position to challenge B.
And they're trying to get through the mid-map here. Push over towards Kenny. He will be dealt with as well. Not having the best of times, neither is Drazah, but they are somehow, someway still controlling this round. There's 3 dead, there's 4 dead. Thieves now pushing the issue. 9 lives remaining for the side of ROKKR. Drazah guns Afro on the respawn. It's looking like a defensive hold for one of the teams who are best in the game at holding down this B site. LA Thieves not allowing a lot towards any of these teams, well, apart from FaZe. Now looking to lock this in. 25 seconds to go. 6 lives for ROKKR. It only took 4 left from Thieves.
The spawns for ROKKR mean this is the last opportunity. There is not time, there is not position for them. They have to try and win everything here. 15 seconds on the clock. ROKKR now going to be moving mad. The rest of Thieves are set up. Cammy will find the first blood as well. Envoy, though, still alive, still gunning ROKKR and killing their dreams onto this map, but he will eventually fall. Octane up top bedroom. They know he's here as well. Drazah finds a kill on the Cammy. They've got to stop for 1.7 seconds, and it's not going to be enough. Afro's alive at back desk, but Thieves hold the defense. And it's players like Envoy who continuously took matters into their own hand and said, not today, thank you. We've had enough of you. You are going out of this tournament soon.
Envoy really dominating this lobby right now. 22 and 16. It's 17 non-traded kills. The damage is insane, but looking at Afro, he's trying to help. 22 and 16 from him. Honestly, the kills are more in the favor of ROKKR because of what we've seen around number 1, which was domination from them. Can they now hold their defense themselves to send us to around number 5? Or can Thieves find the attack on what's become an attack-heavy game mode in the control on Hotel?
Here we go. Oh my goodness, Drazah. And Thieves found an attack last time. One more attacking round for them will put them through and ROKKR out of this tournament with not a map 1. Kenny is holding them. ROKKR are looking like they commit towards A, but they're going to find a problem. They have enough play here. Afro finding 2 more kills for him again. He's been playing lights out for them on this control, but isn't enough. Octane still here.
Towards the kitchen side, trying to keep that pressure on. Drazah is here alongside of him as well. It's a big stack coming in from Thieves. It's looking like they're going to get away with this one as well. Cammy's the only one to answer back, but for the side of ROKKR, do you risk it? Do you find a push in here? It's not looking likely. As you can see, ROKKR now licking their wounds, moving back over towards a B site. Thieves now need one big push over towards the B side. This game will be over. But can ROKKR hold on, and can they force a round number 5?
They're trying to find something already. A little bit of a clearance going down. But for ROKKR, you've got to keep doing it for a minute 45. Over and over again, Thieves will batter against this defense. Looking for it, and Kenny still finds a kill when stunned. Dead Silence is going to be popped. He has attack, he has a Vasnev, he has teammates. And Drazah's going to be here as well. They just need one gap, one chance. And already you can see ROKKR are going towards bedroom. They are putting their faith in it.
These 2 players towards the back are going to keep getting spawn killed if they're not careful. Octane is momentarily the only one left here for the side of Thieves. Can they deal with him on the back spawn? Gets a little bit of bad time, and as Afro will take him down and plenty of control. Over towards bedroom side, but the spawn's going to come in over towards bedroom. Vance is pushing that issue over towards kitchen, and that is now going to spawn Drazah in a position where he can do something. Afro looking down the back spawn, but Cammy needs to stay alive in bedroom here. Thieves putting the pressure on once again.
For Thieves, if they find the right kill, it could all be over. Envoy finds Banspers the wrong side of the map. He'll spawn back up towards the back as well. The rest of Thieves getting in a position, looking for the pinch. Everything is going slow. on this map. They find Ombre finds the first bonus. Got a little bit of a trade going through.
He's read it. He's read it. So well. Oh, Kami nearly kills him, but Traza will find the second. And now here comes the pressure from Thieves. They're starting to fly towards the B side. Envoy cannot find anything. The rest of ROKKR backs against the wall. One-dimensional push. You're going to find something, and it's not your teammates.
Well, Traza, he's going to be the person that may shut this one down. He does. And they're stacking, and B is rocketing forward, and Minnesota are not close. The trophies are banging, and everything is going at this point. And LA Thieves got ROKKR out of the major. 2 majors in a row, but this time it's top 12 for Minnesota. And glory for Thieves.
How to put a bad performance to bed. LA Thieves with a hot statement. On to Friday. The losers bracket run was solid in Boston, and it's a great way to start the one here over towards the Texas Major. But for ROKKR, a stage to forget.
And now for LA Thieves, the victory is sweet. Minnesota feet incredibly sour. They will not have a chance to do anything else in this major. And that does, unfortunately, make their 9th loss in a row.
There's not really much to say. I mean,
8
look,
lost in a row.
they've lost a lot, Brycey.
Yeah,
They've
they
lost
have, yeah.
a lot. I don't know what the answer is for ROKKR. I think a lot of people will be asking questions of that, but the LA Thieves, nonetheless, a very, very solid win from them. A couple of scary moments here and there. It took a big break on map number 1 to get something done there. Map number 2 is pretty much comfortable, as we do often expect. The search and destroy for ROKKR has been